Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to Starbound, a vanilla Let's Play tutorial series. So last episode, I mentioned my interest in defeating the Apex boss, and that is one of the first things I'm going to do here. But before that, I can't help but to collect some silk and cotton. Alright, so I am wearing the final upgrade, the cooling EPP. This helps you to survive in space, underwater, on hot worlds, on cold worlds. It doesn't really matter. It does it all. It is the final upgrade, and as a result, can handle, whatever you want to throw at it, whatever planets that you're on, etc. We did get the mech upgrade, so we're done with that side quest. So if you take a look at our side quest, it is just fetch the artifact. Now, we could, however, if we want to detour, which, hey, I might want to do, we could detour to a point where we get the Solarium material first, and therefore have even better gear against the boss. But I think to just make it seem a little bit more riveting, perhaps we go fight the boss now. Alright. So, to start this, of course, just like all the other ones, it's right here. And let's deploy. Nothing like some bananas while fighting a big monkey boss, but hey, they need me down in the tunnels. Lana Blake needs me to scout the underground. Alright, I can do, Lana Blake. Now the thing is, my little buddy here, a little overpowered. Just a little. I mean, I wouldn't say overpowered. That's a bit much. But with the current gear that I have, quite powerful, to say the least. So let's get through this facility. And my sail is saying that it's defended heavily by guards. And holograms. Unfortunately for the guards, I perfectly stun lock to the point where they can never retaliate. Not really. Yeah, it's a big old bummer for them. So this whole facility is one crazy maze of switches, as you've seen so far. And we just have to traverse through it. And get, let's see, the contents page. So this is budget allocation proposals. Oh boy. Very, very intriguing stuff. Here, let me take those greaves as well. Gotta get every single one of those switches so we can open this bad boy up. Also, doesn't hurt to scan as you go. If you do want to be able to make an Apex facility, most of the things that you'll want to be able to build in the future is scannable, and it's right all right here. Coming for you next, buddy. All right, let's see. What switch do I need to hit? So these are scannable as well. And down we go. We've opened it up. So, word of advice here, don't electrocute yourself. Now, you remember those crazy, super damaging monkey zombies that we had from before? Apex zombies? Well, here they are. So you gotta be careful, because those things hit like a truck, right? I mean, you remember that. Luckily, they don't tank very good. Yeah, but there's one hitting me, and obviously if we got hit twice, taking a look at my health up top, if we got hit twice, it'd be pretty fatal. So, you've been warned when you're in this fight. Be very careful as to not let the zombie apex hit you too much. Oh, come on. Before I go here, let me... Yeah, there's a box here with a visor. Legendary, so I'll take it. And of course, the hologram of the of Big Brother or whatever. Very pissed that I'm intruding or invading. And then, of course, we have our save point over here on the right. Infinite power! Also, pretty good way of getting parts when you're killing robots like this. And this is one of the reasons why you're going to want a mix of ranged weapons and melee weapons. These little robots would be a lot more annoying to kill if I did not have ranged weapons, right? Alright, there's the save point. And here is Blake. And this is the final push. Take lab lights. Take everything. Take everything. And if you want to be able to replicate stuff, scan everything too. Recognize that art piece? I bet you do. I don't need rope though. So, you know how I said take everything? Take everything useful. Alright, so here's some laboratory hatch blueprints. And we are traveling into the Big Ape fight. These doors should be familiar. Once you pass through, you're sort of stuck. And here's the Big Ape fight. Oh. Where you want to be, again, very, very useful to have ranged weapons. Oh. I think ideally, damaging all of his little projector devices. Whoa, got a little low on health there. Pay attention to myself, huh? Damaging all these little projector devices equally is probably the best strategy, because as the projector things get destroyed, his attacks get more dangerous. And if you damage all of them, you can avoid the really, really dangerous phases, or at least some of it. Obviously having a very hard time actually dodging. There we go. Now you're down to 1. Ouch. And I am needlessly tanking and relying on the fact that I have a huge supply of medicine. Now again, if you're not the best fighter, you can always... Oh, hello. You can always, perhaps, wait until you have better equipment for fights like these. As you can see, that was close. Closer than I want it to be. And last of his projector is down. Alright. Very, very inelegant. But hey, I survived, so can't argue with results. I mean, I guess you could. Diamond, a one-hander pistol. This one-hander pistol, how does it stack up? It does not stack up, not even close. Iron bars and R&D report. Yoink. Hold on, soldier. And here is the key, obviously. Ta-da! Alright, I apologize that that fight was rough. But hey, you know, we're live, so that's what matters. And now Lana has joined the outpost. Let's go back to the Ark. And talk to Esther. Now, if you wanted to be a little bit more powerful, what I could have done is talk to him, and he would have given me a little buff of some sort. In this case, it was a rage buff for me to do more damage. And then Lana is right over here. And you can see she sells augments. I'm going to sell her some stuff. There you go. What's in your boxes? Nothing, okay. Now we're told to find the glitch artifact. And I have to scan objects, glitch objects, which is pretty easy because I already have a flag down for some of the glitch villages I've visited in the past, right? Glitch Castle. Now this might not be enough. We might need to scan more than this. But this is a good start. If you take a look at the progress bar at the top. Now, one of the things I set out to do that I have not yet done is I did intend to recruit some Apex to the ship. And I haven't found a Apex settlement that had quest givers that would have joined me. Actually, I'm pretty safe to say that this castle will have everything I'm looking for. As my progress bar is ridiculously full, and I'm not even done scanning this castle. Now, if you're looking for glitch, you are given the tip that they tend to settle at fiery planets. That's not necessarily true, of course, because it doesn't look very fiery here. But I do intend to build a colony on a fiery world, which means we're going to be exploring some fiery worlds and trying to pick out ones we like. Alright, maybe one more object and we'll be in the clear. It'd be a shame if it wasn't here. It's probably on one of the higher top levels. Or not. Yeah, we might. We haven't finished. Okay, well that's fine. I'm prepared to deal with it. Let's go ahead and head to Fiery Worlds. The Fiery Worlds are the most difficult worlds of the scale, and Solarium is the last of the resource that I'm going to need to collect. It is the sort of final crafting for the best stuff. So before I head out, I want to put some of my codices away, and probably put the capture pod away. I'm not really doing pet capture. So I'll be looking for Solarium. And that is about it. Please, pets. Please. Let me sit. Now, if I really wanted to sit, I could also craft up one of the relocators, wherever they are. That would be at the pet station. So we've got the rails, pixel compressor, pixel printer. I'm gonna quickly detour and see if there's, yes, there is some stuff for me to craft. I'm running low on food, so I guess there's ripe rice over there. So the relocator's here, and I would need Durasteel for that. This allows you to move critters around so that they don't block you. I haven't really done much with this ship, as you could tell, just giant open spaces, but if I wanted to, I could have a sort of barn pen for these things, so they wouldn't sit and block me. So if I'm heading to Fiery Stars, it's going to be these sort of red ones. And in my experience, the most habitable fiery planets are going to be Scorched Planets, like these. So let's head to one like this. There we go. Now, on these difficult planets, it's going to be worth my time to spelunk underground, explore a lot, and get as many weapons and armor and stuff like that as I can possibly get. Because these are the most difficult planets, and the loot that you get from them is going to be some of the best stuff you'll find in the game. Barring some extra sort of But here's a Scorch Planet. The weather here is important because we're going to be looking to build a colony on a Scorch Planet, but we aren't going to be able to afford meteorites. Meteorites, there are ways to deal with meteorites. There's two ways that I chiefly know, but realistically, we really want just like luminous rain on the worlds that we inhabit, and not some other worse weather condition. But the ways to deal with meteorites, I guess I'll spell it out for you if you want to know. So the weather is rendered. Oh yeah, here's one. This is a magma planet, but it's just luminous rain. I'm gonna let's go here. That's fine. One of the ways to deal with it is weather only renders if your entire screen. See my entire screen here? It will make more sense if I head down. But your entire screen is, if it has like a backdrop tile to it, you won't be rendering weather. So one way to deal with it is just to like build yourself into one giant like dome, you know, or just go underground. I mean, there's always the underground option, which is totally legit. It might not be aesthetically what you're looking to do in terms of survival or whatever, but it works. Why doesn't it let me jump down? Did I not orbit properly? I did not orbit properly. Oh, I didn't mean to drop the mech. But as you can see here, the mech's energy is depleting by the second because it doesn't belong here. This is a more dangerous planet than the mech can handle. So the Magma Planets here, this one in particular only has Scorched Rain, or Luminous Rain. The other problem is, of course, it has giant pools of lava everywhere. And I'm not really going to be able to traverse easily if the lava is going to kill me. So there is a solution around this. I don't usually do this in my own games, but I'll demonstrate for you all, because this is, of course, a tutorial. Is, you know that bike shop that we got our little bike from? If we get a boat controller, which is very, very expensive, mind you, but I have a lot of money. If you get a boat controller, you'll be able to traverse liquid, regardless of the type of liquid. So let me demo. And if you really wanted to explore these lava planets, Scorched that doesn't have meteorites is probably going to be the easiest for you. I'm just going to toss that out there. So, boat. As you can see, this boat... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. This boat does not take damage from poison or lava. It doesn't really matter. It's just a... It's perfect in that way. Perfectly invulnerable to otherwise absolutely terrible weather conditions. I'm probably not going to spend too much time on this Magma Planet because the Magma Planet is very difficult to traverse because stepping into this lava would be deadly. So let me get out to another planet. I just wanted to demonstrate the different weather effects. Alright, let's see about this world. This is another magma, and it has different weather. So when looking to build a colony, keep in mind the weather matters a lot. I think this Scorched Planet is going to be the easiest for us to search, to explore. But it would make for a bad colony because of the weather. Unless we wanted to make an underground colony, which I do not. I'd rather not. So the Scorched Planets are very Doomsday-esque, as you can see. Oops, that's not what I meant what to do. Come out and play. Aren't you creepy? And here's the Solarium ore. The top tier ore for the best gear. Wait, that's a roof? How am I supposed to come out and play if you've walled yourself in? So, Scorched Planets, I'm sure you can tell by the absolutely beautiful views that I'm getting here, are a little ugly. Whoa, hey, robot. There are ways to fix this, though. Fear not. My colony that I'm going to be building on a Scorched world does not need to be as hideous as this. There are ways in vanilla game that you can terraform planets. It actually, you can terraform planets after you beat the game, or like beat the quote-unquote beat the game. You know, finish like the kill the final boss, etc. But just because you kill the final boss doesn't mean your game is necessarily over. You could keep playing. Oh, look, it's Apex in suits. Aren't you guys friendly? What's crazy to me is I have yet to find Novakid anything. You know, I haven't found any sort of Novakid colony or anything. They do exist. They're a little bit more rare, but I'm clearly going to make... I'm going to need to make a lot of excursions out onto planets to try to find some sort of Novakid facility so that I might be able to scan it. The Frog's Furnishings might be able to offer me some of the blueprints, and I honestly should have been checking in on him more periodically to see what his offerings were, and I haven't been doing that because one of the days is sort of like Western-style Novakid stuff, which would obviously greatly benefit me. Oh, this thing hurts. Yes. As it is the most dangerous planet... Oh, great, I got poisoned. The things here do the most damage. So you gotta be careful. Here, let me just cure myself. This is becoming daytime. In the daytime, of course, there's fewer things that want to kill you. Alright, I'm going to go overland here and see if there's a colony nearby that I might be able to find. Because believe it or not, you can still get full-blown colonies. Now, one of the funny things about these types of planets is, although you can get actual colonies, a lot of the times, especially if the weather effects are bad, like, you know, large meteorites or whatever, the colonies that you find get destroyed. Like, the weather effects will destroy the colony. So that's something that will happen often with the hot worlds, is you'll find, like, a colony that is not set up at all for the sort of weather conditions that you will experience here. And as a result, the first meteor shower comes by and the whole world gets wiped out, or the whole colony gets wiped out. Very, very, very typical. I just wanted to point out. And pretty funny, if you ask me. Alright. I'm going to be more interested in traversing the terrain than fighting robots for their AA batteries. So, I'm going to start to ignore the fight. Unless I can. Because they're following me too tightly. Now, supposedly, this is... Earth got wiped out by the monster, you know, in the first chapter, act, whatever you want to call it. So Earth, I'm assuming, would look something like this. Or I'd speculate, I should say. I wouldn't necessarily assume it. This is pretty apocalyptic. Yeah, more Solarium ore. Quit following me, stupid robots. Finding some blueprints. Alright. If I don't find anything on the surface soon... Oh, here's a platinum drill. If I don't find anything on the surface soon, I will go underground. But we're finding some pretty good stuff. I just haven't found any weapons either. Oh, here we are. Ha! Ha! Alright, so here is a glitch castle. And it might have the last object I need to scan in order to know the location of the next key. But I would not be traveling to get the next key until... Oh, here we are. Done. I would not be traveling to get the next key until I have considerably better equipment. You know, don't be too much in a hurry to get your butt whooped by the next boss. Now, because I'm mostly interested in adding maybe Novakid or Apex or something like that to my colony, I'm not going to be adding these guys. These guys, if this is not a colony that's going to be able to take too many meteor strikes, so as such, if you wanted to quest with the glitch, this is not the place to be, because although you might think that castles are tough, one strike and this place is pretty much gone. But this is what I was looking for. Yeah. Cook my poultry. We're also going to start to find weapons that are significantly better than our own. Now this one is... I guess it barely edges out my last hammer, but it's normal quality. But as soon as I start finding better weapons, like ones that are green or whatever, we are going to quickly improve our gear. What quality is... So most of my weapons are tier 5 out of 6. Or technically 7, but let's call it 6. Which means there's a little bit of room for improvement. And colonies like this have a lot of stuff. But I am not taking any quests from them because I don't want glitch. I have enough glitch in our colony that I'd rather spend my time acquiring Solarium ore and finding new allies and the like. Okay, so this is a slightly better hammer. Actually, it's not really better, but it's fancier. Alright, I looted all this. Yeah. Alright, I'm sure there's stuff underground, but I'm just going to head on out. So this looks like a low point. The terrain here, as you can see, much harder to dig. But you needn't fear. It's you can still find cave complexes and the like. So I don't know how much Solarium ore I have yet. Oh, also I don't want to fill up my inventories. So Solarium ore, I have 24 so far. Now beware of pockets of magma and stuff like that. I'm still going to be able to find other lower tier ores. Like I just found some ferrosium. But here's some solarium. Try out the new hammer. Pretty good. Now this is all sand, right? Yeah, if disturbed, it's gonna go flop. Or loose silt, I should call it. Man, it would be nice if I had a light augment. Or a pet or something. Something that generated more light than having a torch everywhere, but yeah, whatever. Alright, let's disturb this, see if there's anything above. Now be careful when you're traversing, because it would be very, very easy to cause a cave-in where you are under metric tons of silt. This is true of really any planet, like desert planets and stuff like that, that might have silt. Oops. Oh, I think we're near the pixie villages. Given the guardians I'm seeing here. Which would be very, very good because they're open and easy to traverse and well lit. Which means gathering material from them is very easy. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just a lone guardian. There's a whole lot of them, though. Oh, are you too tall? Bummer, dude. Alright, time for cave-in. I should probably go further down if I really want solarium. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes the cave-ins are very, very annoying. Alright, if I'm not finding anything up this way, I will traverse down. At least it's well lit over here. Due to the obvious prevalence of magma. Oh, goody. Alright, cave-in time. You're a fast one, aren't you? Now, yes, wouldn't it be nice to get that? I could do it. I can either drain it like this, or I could have dug up from the underground. Something like this. Let's see about this. Operation Steal the Chest. What other materials do I have? Whoops. So I'm filling it with silt, as you can see. Oh, well, that's not going to really work. Should fill it with some other material that isn't so weak. Moon crust. Right, you can fill it with whatever you want, just as long as it's going to hold. Oh, there is some token lava there, I think. That's okay. I could take it. I'm going to now finally control my digging by holding left shift. And there we go. We did all that for the Fire Lord's breastplate. Cosmetic. Well, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out that well. I did say that perhaps I'll dig down if I don't find Solarium. Of course, down seems to also be a lot more lava. And some of this lava I put there. Oh, ow, jeez. Dude, I didn't see you there. I put the lava there because I kind of caused the cave in. Alright, let's find a better way down. We'll go from here. Now, while I explore these fiery stars, I really should make note of the weather conditions because I'm going to want to find one where I can colonize. Whoa, okay, here we go. Got something. Some underground caverns with boxes. Here's some ores. I'm only really going after the high tier stuff. If I want lower tier ores, I could always go to easier worlds. If I'm here on the really dangerous worlds, I might as well be getting the best stuff. That's what I figure. I don't know. I don't want flares. Come on. That had some Symbolarium ore in it. Nice. Pretty useful way of searching an area for ores too, I suppose, as it does produce considerable light. We are nearing our end time here. So I think what I'm going to do is work my way back out in a second. But I was just going to try to capitalize as much as I could on whatever's in this cave. Alright, let's start hopping on out. And then I can put this Solarium to good use next episode. Sounds pretty easy. I could use my teleporter, but I'm just going to dig out. Maybe I find Solarium on the way. Now, it's really only the, on a lot of these fire worlds, it's only a really tough crust. But once you're through the crust of the fiery planet, the the centers here, or at least on this planet, and many of the planets like this, are going to be softer and easier for you to dig through. It's not, you know, as I'm sure you've noticed, not all just tough. Alright, I might be almost high enough. Ooh, more Solarium. Nice. Okay, we're high enough. And out. Alright, taking a look at the... Well, first, the furnace. Crank out 25 of these bad boys. And I would say they're probably best put to invest in armor for survivability, because these difficult planets, the enemies will be hitting you very, very hard. And if you don't have good armor to compensate, well, that's going to be pretty deadly. So I have enough for the hat and the pants, or just the chest piece. I'm going to go with just the chest piece. And I'll have to mine up some additional ore, but probably on a different Scorch Planet that I want to search around next time. So here is the Clockwork Jacket, raising my stats. And that is about all the time I have. Next episode, I'm definitely going to want to do some more Fiery Planet excursions, trying to get better weapons, trying to get my Solarium for better armor, trying to find maybe an Apex facility that will offer me the ability to recruit some of them, because I don't really have that yet, and I would like that. Oh boy, I am full up. If you have any feedback for me, do let me know in the comments below. I obviously will incorporate your feedback really as much as I'm able, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I certainly did. I will catch you all next episode here. Well, farewell, guys.